guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Kristen and today we're doing some DIYs using these wood items from Michaels. So these are originally 99 cents every single time I walk into Michaels. When I came in, they had a 30% off coupon on your entire full price purchase. So I picked these up for only 69 cents a piece, which honestly I think that is way better than Dollar Tree. If you guys have noticed, the prices are rising when it comes to some items at Dollar Tree. The other day I was in there and I seriously had to ask how much something cost, and no, it was not in the Dollar Tree Plus section. So it's just a tiny little disappointing. So I would just rather go into stores and pick some items up that are under $1. 69 cents. That's crazy for these little wooden boxes. So I am painting these all different colors. I'm using the color Pool by Waverly Chalk Paint. I'm also using the color Tea Rose, and that is by Dixie Belle. Also the color Moss by Waverly Chalk Paint, and just an ivory color by Folk Art. Which is kind of the same company, I think, that makes Waverly. I could be wrong. Or it's all plaid. I think the company is all plaid. They all make very similar paint. So now once I painted all of my square boxes, I'm just going to be gluing them all together. So I did 2 in that color Pool and 2 in that Tea Rose color because I thought that those are like my favorite colors. So I decided to go ahead and go with it. And actually, did I do 2 in the tea rose color? No, I did 2 in the ivory color, which kind of looks white. I just really didn't have any actual like white chalk paint. I use it way too much. I love white chalk paint. So once these are all glued together, I thought it would be cute to kind of write Easter in the center, but I kind of opted out because I figured that if I wrote Easter in there, or then I would have to put it away once Easter was over. But I decided to opt in with spring. So I'm using my Cricut to cut out letters for the inside of these boxes. I love my Cricut Maker 3. I just love the Cricut. So even if you have just a Cricut Joy or Cricut Air Explorer, I love them all. I don't know what I did before I had a Cricut. I'm obsessed with it. And I use it all the time. I just made my daughter a shirt recently. I make them for every holiday. It saves so much money. And I always have a stock in shirts, like plain shirts at home. All right, so we're adding the spring. I'm using the Cricut transfer tape as well. I haven't ever tried any other transfer tape, but this one always seems to work. So I'm just going to stick to what I know. And of course, I'm adding all of these letters to the center. I just use a smart material, which I absolutely love since I don't have to use a Cricut mat, but I do add smart material to Cricut mats when I just have small pieces. I save absolutely every piece of vinyl possible. And now I'm just going to be embellishing the little wooden boxes. I decided to go ahead and cover up that eye and add a carrot instead. I think it looks the cutest, so I'm glad that I did that. And then you can just add whatever you choose to these little boxes. I decided to add some eggs. Those are from Hobby Lobby, just some greenery that I have on hand, and some florals. I think those were from Dollar Tree. The carrots were from Dollar Tree as well. And you can choose to leave this plain if you want. I kind of thought about it, but I'm like, no, like it's spring. Let's add some fun, cute spring items to this. And this is what it looks like when it is done. It is absolutely huge. It takes up pretty much a whole shelf on my hutch, but I love it. If you are not new to my channel, you know that I love everything that is simple and quick and does not take any time at all, but this one seemed to be the biggest pain that I've ever had to deal with. We like got the drill out for this one. You probably don't have to, but I did. I'm using 2 of these hexagon wooden boxes, and I'm using some wooden dowels that I picked up at Dollar General, and of course my Ryobi drill. I am just drilling some holes into these hexagons. I actually made 2 of these, so you're going to need 4 hexagons if you choose to make these. I'm using these plastic eggs that are from Dollar Tree. I'm not sure if they have these this year, but you know what? I'm really not sure. My Dollar Trees are still getting Easter out, and it is in 2 weeks or less than 2 weeks or almost 2 weeks from now. which is insane. So we're going to be making some little like candle holders, or I guess it's not really going to be a candle holder because I'm not adding one of those, but I mean, it kind of, a little shelf, it's a candle holder for sure. So I'm just adding some wooden dowels. I added 5 eggs to this one, and then I'm just using a ton of hot glue for the top and the bottom. So just to make sure that wooden dowel is not gonna pop off. This one I cut down with my miter shears. I don't use these miter shears very often, but I always forget how powerful they are. I cut this one down and I end up adding 4 eggs to this one. I've had so many of these eggs. I decorate with them absolutely everywhere. I kind of started downsizing some of my tier trays, so I don't use tier trays as much as I used to. So I had a ton of extra eggs and items left over this year for Easter or for spring. So we're going to go ahead and make these. So I ended up getting some good use out of this. So the first one was a little bit difficult, and I think it was just difficult drilling through the eggs. It was such a pain. They were plastic, so they kept cracking and breaking, and I think that was the hardest part, and also making sure these were all straight and good to go. But I added these bunnies on the tops. These are from Dollar Tree this year, and some greenery, and I think these seriously are the cutest things. I think hands down my favorite items I have made for spring/Easter this year. All right, so these square boxes, I'm just making this one very simple and just using some rub-on transfers. These ones came off Amazon, and I will link them in the description box for you guys. But they were mostly like Easter bunnies and chicks and ducks and geese, but I think they are adorable for springtime. But I went with these 2 bunnies. These are kind of more like a sticker versus a rub-on transfer. So they're kind of glossy, but I think they're cute, adorable as is. And I didn't do anything else to these. I just kind of wanted them to be kind of plain, so I can add them into my tier tray or just like a little shelf sitter. But these are the cutest, and they took like 4 minutes to make both of them, which is a craft for me. All right, they also had these rectangle wooden boxes, and I figured, I wasn't sure what I was going to do with these. I was going to like kind of keep them, maybe use them later on, maybe make a soap dish, which is possible, but I decided to glue 3 of them together, and we're just going to make a fun little sign. These little bunny butts came from Dollar Tree, and I just stuck one right in the center. And then, of course, I grabbed my Cricut. This is just Cricut Sans font. I actually kind of like it. It's just like the font that always pops up when you start your Cricut, but it's kind of one of my favorites. And I just cut out an H and a P to add to each of these boxes. I used my Smart Material once again and my Cricut transfer tape, and just added these to make a little hop sign. And I think this one is so cute. Okay, for this one, I decided to not do anything spring and just do an everyday decor piece. I'm using 4 of these square wooden boxes, and I am painting them black. This is the black chalk paint from Dollar General. It's only $3, and I think it works really great, so I highly recommend picking some up if your Dollar General has any. The acrylic paint I would not recommend whatsoever. It is terrible. It does not cover anything. It looks terrible. It looks awful. Like, it just doesn't work. Like, go to Walmart and pay your 55 cents or whatever it is for acrylic paint, because it's $1 for the small bottles at Dollar General, and it's awful. But the chalk paint, it's pretty good. So once these were painted black, I just glued 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom, and I'm going to be spelling out home. So I'm going to do an H, an O, an M, and an E. I thought about doing a wreath. I kind of miss like the good old farmhouse decor. So, but I just went with the O. I didn't add a wreath. I didn't do anything crazy. I just kind of made this pretty simple. If you guys don't have a Cricut, you can always grab the poster stickers from Dollar Tree. It's what I used to use, and they always have a ton of different styles and colors, so it would work great. I'm also using these half wood beads to glue to every single corner of this. I just think this looks so cute, and it was so simple to put together. That is it for the video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up. If you are new to my channel, I would love if you consider sticking around and subscribing. Let me know in the comments below, do you guys shop at Michael's? And that is it, you guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye!